Welcome to the Bronx Hip Hop Oral History Project. Today is Thursday, May 2nd, 2024. I am Pastor Crespo Jr., the research librarian for the Bronx County Historical Society. Today, I am joined by William Hightower, also known as Dollar Bill, a rocker, popper, pioneering b-boy, elder of the Bronx Boys, a baby peacemaker, and now president of the Peacemakers. Welcome, Dollar Bill.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. We like to start all our oral histories out by asking, where are your parents from?
Well, my parents is from Macon, Georgia. Um, well, my father.
Okay.
My mother was here already in New York. My father, my grandmother, they came up when my father was 8, 9 years old. He saw my mother, and they were inseparable until they had me. Then they said it was too young to have kids. And history.
Yeah. You father ever tell you what year he moved up here to New York?
They came up to New York in 61,
Okay.
62.
Did he ever mention why he decided to move to New York?
Well, he came up there because that's where his mother and father brought them.
Okay.
Him, his brothers and his sisters, my uncles and my aunts. They brought them all up here to New York with my aunt Dar, baby, God bless her soul. They were all over there on Bryan Avenue, Waller Street,
Okay.
everything, Fox Street and all that over there, Hunts Point, Southern Boulevard, that area over there. When I was born, when I came home in '63, that's my birthright. That's where I started at. I started on Bryan Avenue on Waller Street. Is where I became a baby Spade.
Okay.
Is where I first became a Spade.
How old were you?
I was, you could say this was 72. I was probably 9.
Wow.
We had a backyard in the back, a strip, and that's where they made the little line, had us all run through it. I moved from there to Vice Avenue, and from Vice is when I started going to the Boys and Girls Club.
Okay. How old were you when you moved to Vice Avenue?
12.
All right.
Now this is where I meet the Peacemakers.
Okay.
I already knew about. They the ones that have brought everybody together for the treaty. Robert Williams, who was the man who was the founder of it. I used to play with his sons, Prince P2K and Tata. We became real good friends. We were dancers. They danced for a couple people and everything and all that. And then I moved from there. 75, I moved to Walton in 177. This is where I met Happy, the pioneer. I was living in the building with him. And it was through him that I started getting interested into the music and dancing. Because he had parties. I'm this young kid in the parties, and he was like, "Yo, go ahead, get loose, show him what you can do." Da da da. And I was locked in the pot with it. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing. That was the thing back then.
Right.
That was really going on. I say from there, I started writing 2 Main. This is how I met Destiny, Tracy 168, P, Greg Nice, GN, Mad Artists, all of them from back in the days, and then this guy named Trace too. kept writing over my stuff. I kept going, who is this dude? It was like, yo, that's TBB. Like, TBB? Who the hell is TBB? Hey, nigga, that's the Bronx Boys. You don't know about, I don't know about no TBB. You know, I'm over here on 176th Street, Davidson, and all that. You know, 82. My grandmother lived across the street from 82 schoolyard. So when Cool Herc always came out, we was the crowd. We was the kids that was always out there, always there, because where my grandmother lived at. You know, so I know who this kid is. You know, so I wrote over his name again. Next thing I know, he was like, yo, them guys from TBB is looking for you, man. You got problems. I'm like, what? Yo, where he at? What are they looking like? Yo, they up on 182nd and Crescent. So me and a couple guys from my block, go up there, come in the building. Who's in the lobby of the building? The world legend JoJo, Jimmy Lee, the ones who started Rocksteady.
Okay.
They happen to be in the lobby. I come in there and go, yo, where's Trace 2 at? They're like, you looking for Trace 2? I was like, yeah, I'm 2 Main. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of him running on my name. Yo, man, got come. They was like, all right, stay right there. So we got an elevator. They went up. They came down. This big dude come out this goddamn elevator. I'm like, what the hell? He went, yo, who you? I went, yo, I'm 2 Main, man. Yo, you keep writing over my tag. You know what you mean? He go, yo, when I see a spot I like, I write on. I said, I live right there. When I can look right out my window and jump down on that roof. That's my turf. You came on my turf. So he looked at me and was like, yo, you got a lot of heart. You know where you at right now? We can beat you up. I went, well, then we gonna be fighting. I said, but you gonna understand, anytime you coming right over there, I'm gonna write right over you. Because that's my turf. I live there. He said, now, yo, what's your name? I was like, they called me Bill. He was like, yo, yo, come on, you gonna start hanging out with us. Now, you know who we are, right? And that's how I got introduced into TBB.
All right. At that time, the Bronx Boys, what kind of crew were the Bronx Boys at that time?
Whew. Everything.
Okay. Like?
Graffiti, rocking crew, beat you up, stick you up.
All right.
You know, was all over. You know, we was jamming in the school 118 with Charlie Chase.
Okay.
And Tony Tone. You know, had Grandmaster Kaz across the street. Had JDL and them down the block.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It was like party every day.
Wow.
It was a party every day from the abandoned building.
Now we're talking about Bryan Avenue. This is the last neighborhood you were at?
No, we talking on Crescent Avenue, Field Place, 184th, 183rd, in between there. Then you got Field Place. We had a abandoned building. This TBB had an abandoned building there. Plus, we was playing in the schoolyard. But we also was throwing parties in the abandoned building. So we in there rocking now, practicing, everything in it.
Wow.
You know, I moved from Walton on 177th Street to Marion Avenue, 194th Street.
Okay.
My aunt, who also used to live with us, got her own apartment, which was on 183rd and Andrews. My aunt was there first. Us going there every day, back and forth, is how I got to meet all the people from 183rd, becoming 183rd, and then actually, when I came out of the military, I moved to 183rd. But anyway, while I was on 194th Street in Marion, I could say that's right when the blackout happened, 77th.
Okay.
Then 78, is when I met Prince Whippy Whip. My brother Poochie, White Boy, um, Funk Master Wiz, the Disco Twins that lived in Twin Parks over there, off of Webster back in the days. We were throwing parties.
All right.
You know, we started doing hooky parties. You know, I was always dancing. I was always the crowd starter. You know, then I could say I met Divine, Prince Divine, with Silver Dollar and Jay, and that's how I got into Zulu Nation.
Okay.
And I became the warlord for Chapter 13, Costaco, Maine. That was University Avenue, Tremont, on 76th Street, all the way to Burnside. We had all that. We were going up to the concourse. That was our strip.
How'd you become part of Zulu Nation? How did that come about?
Fighting a lot. Being in 82 schoolyard. You know, Divine, Prince Divine. You know, me and him was good friends.
Okay.
And he was like, yo, Silver Dollar's about to start a chapter for Zulu Nation. I'm like, what? He was like, yeah. He was like, yo, come get down with us. So I was like, all right, bet. So that's how I met Jay, Outlaw, who used to mess with this girl named Duchess. Back in the days, they were real outlaws, you know. And we were just going to all the parties.
How old were you when you joined Zulu?
I could say 16.
Okay.
I was 16, 15, getting ready to be 16, you know, because I was still in junior high school. We was sneaking into the T Connection and the Ecstasy Garage. You know, because we was down with Zulu, we got it.
Right.
You know, so here I am hanging out with the older teenagers, 18 and 19, 20 years old, you know. I always had a little bit of change. I always had a little hustle. I was always doing something. So, you know, at first I was Billy B. I wanted to be MC Billy B. You know, Rady, Abby, and all of them changed my name to Dollar Bill.
All right.
When we became HBO. Right. Homeboys Only. That was in 1980.
Let's back it up a little bit to your home life, right?
Yeah.
What kind of music did your parents play at home?
Oh man, nothing but old school. Everything, Otis Redding, everything. I mean, anything old school. I was the entertainment in my house.
Wait.
Yes. People came over, my grandmother would go, boy, come over here and show them that new dance. Show them the penguin. Show them the rock.
Right.
Show them the trout stuff. Show it to them, boy. Show them how to do it. So we had next door neighbor, me and Angie. Me and her used to always do all the dances together.
Okay.
So that's when you could say 78, I met Powwow, Bronx River, hanging out, because at the time I was with the Silver Dollar and all that. So then he was showing little boy Keith some moves. So I was like, yeah, yo, I could do it. He was like, you get down too? I was like, yeah, boo. So I did a little up rock and everything and stuff. I did my lock. And he was like, all right, bro, so you got to do something with you to do. So I was like, all right, thanks. You know, so he was like, yo, my peoples is going to go downtown to dance. You want to go? I was like, dance? Downtown? Where? He's like, in the street. In the street? He's like, yeah. He said, why do you think I'm training him? I'm getting him used to know the routine. So come here, let me show you the routine. So he started showing me. So I met Igor. He was the drummer. You know, He lived over there on 112th, on 13th Street, Lenox. And we all used to meet at his house. Pack up the joints inside the cart, go to 59th Street, showtime! And it was brand new.
All right. When was the first time you saw someone rocking, doing the rock dance? And what was your impression?
Oh, my first time when I saw a rock dance was at a gang fight. They were getting ready to, they were prepping, getting ready to go. And it was considered the war dance.
What gangs?
Black Spades, Ghetto Brothers, Savage No Mans. Oh man, I'll be here all day naming.
No. At that.
Yeah.
When you first saw rocking.
When I first saw rocking, was with the Black Spades and Savage No Mans.
Okay.
Little Hector. You know what I'm saying? Little Hector. What? Oh, you ain't waiting for me. What? You ain't waiting for me. You know, it was like, oh, snap. Yo, that was bad. Yo, what did he just do? He was like, yo, it's called Up Rock. Like, right. That's why I tell people, I go, yo, rocking out has been that you know, I get into with some B-boys and breakers and everything, you know, because I go, do you really know the history of how the windmill and the flare and all that came together? Do you really know the history of that, young man? Who's the one who started that? Why were they named that? And they go, oh no, what's the name? I go, wrong answer. I go, if he's not an Olympic, if you're not talking about somebody from the Olympics, then you're not talking about the creator. Because you can say whatever you want to say. Tommy Flair, the Olympic man who won the Olympics, everything, his floor exercise. You go look it up and look at his floor exercise. 1952, 1955. He was doing all that. And it was his gymnastic teacher named Mr. Turner, who ran a program in junior high school,
okay,
who showed this film around the Bronx, all right? So that for people to get involved in gymnastics. Watching his floor exercise, his ring. I'm talking about this guy we wanted to emulate him. This is when you start getting the windmill.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you get the flair from. It's from Tommy Flair, his name. He is the creator of all the B-boy moves that everybody talk about, this and that. It all starts to ride from him. His floor exercise. So if anybody want to go check it out, go look up Tommy Flair, who was an Olympian, who won the Olympics, 6-time gold medal. His floor exercise, everything, will prove all that. And it was, I had so many breakers back then in the beginning with JoJo, Kudiaki, Buck Floor Action, all the majority of the New York City breakers and all of them, Little Lep, all of them would tell you that, hey, that film inspired them to add it into their dance, into our dance.
They were in the junior high school with you, Mr. Turner?
It was an after school program.
Okay.
You know, so everybody used to come in. And he was in like 4 or 5 other different schools, implementing gymnastics to get into the schools, because at the time, you know, gymnastics used to be in schools,
mm-hmm.
and then it faded away. He was bringing it back, and by bringing it back, he introduced that tape.
Mm-hmm.
And when he introduced that tape, is when B-boy had really started to evolve
Okay.
from Rubber Band and everybody else.
What year was that?
77, 78. I graduated out of 45 in 79.
Okay.
So I'm talking 77, 78.
Got it.
You understand?
Now,
So, yeah.
were the Bronx Boys the first B-boy crew that you were with?
Yes.
All right. Talk to us about, going up and talking to Trace 2, that's when they invited you in, right?
Yeah.
Tell us how that went, you becoming a Bronx boy.
Well, how that went was from tagging.
Right.
You understand? And then from there, I really started to hang out in the building with JoJo, Jimmy Lee, practicing in the hallway with them. Back spinning, freezing right, making sure the footwork was together. That was the beginning. I never really was into battling.
Got it.
I never really had nobody call me out. I never called nobody out. I was always the cool dude. I was always, that's dollar bill, man. Such and such stuff. I knew a lot of people. I grew up with a lot of people. I was doing a lot of things. I was teaching people.
Okay.
I taught CB, Rockatron, Kevy Kev, D-Rock. These are some of the people that I taught around 183rd, 188 from Webster, and all that like that. This all, high school time, because high school time I was going to D-Wood Clinton. I went to Clinton there. And it was practically, that's when I was really with Prince Whippy Whip. I was mainly with Prince Whippy Whip then. Batch 79, Batch had broke up TVB. You understand? But he broke up the Rocking Crew with Bond 2 and Bond 5. And then they kept the graffiti part TVB going.
BOM5?
Yeah.
Bond 5?
Bond 5.
Got
my
it.
brother, my heart, my everything. Much love, much respect to my brother because he is like one of the last dinosaurs. He is one of the last dinosaurs that's still running around that barely gets the recognition he should be getting for what he helped implement. Especially with graffiti and everything like that. His art speaks for itself. His B-boys, that's legendary. We ain't even got no question on that.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I tell people with Crazy Legs, I go, he was some little kid trying to get down. They didn't want to put him on. They didn't want to put him on. It was the respect of Bass saw his determination. And Bass was like, yo, bless him, man, put him on. Then at that time, you could say I danced downtown from 79 to 81. I was dancing downtown.
Okay. Before we talk about your dancing, when you joined the Bronx Boys, you had mentioned some names of some Bronx Boys. Who were the members at large when you became a Bronx Boy?
Ooh. Oh man, you got Boom Boom, Eddie, Petey Pete, Santana, Wobby Wob. Oh man. Ooh, I'm talking about these. These are all guys that I was looking up to.
Right.
They were the older guys. Flint. Flint, he had Bronx Boys short shots.
Okay.
That was him and Gizzy are the ones who really got me dancing in the street.
What were you known for dancing? Popping, locking, robot, up rocking?
I was locking, popping, back spinning, you know. I always hit the floor.
All right, you did your floor work.
You know, always hit the floor. And that's how I got with Abby, with Batch's brother. This is how we started HBO.
All right.
Because Batch had broke up TVB. And we was like, what are we going to do? Then they say, you know, JoJo and them go, we started Rocksteady. We like, oh, snap. Yo, they started Rocksteady. Action Jackson, Little Lab, Powerplex, and all of them at Chino. Yo, we getting ready to start New York City Breakers. And we in Poe Park. We got New York City Breakers down the block. We got Rocksteady down this way. We like, if we get with Rocksteady, New York City Breakers gonna say, we stole some of their moves and took it to Rocksteady. If we get down with New York City Breakers, Rocksteady gonna say, we stole some of their moves to show the New York City Breakers.
Right.
So we started HBO, Homeboys Only.
Who's the president of HBO?
Abby.
Abby.
Yes. And who is now the global president for TVB.
Wow.
All right. He went to Batch when he was locked up and asked for permission because Crazy Ladies had put his foot in his mouth.
All right. How so?
By telling the history. And it went, well, you wasn't old enough, so who was doing it before you? And he had to say TVB. He was like, who? He said, TVB. He's like, TVB? Who's TVB? He's like, the Bronx Boys Rocking Crew. So now they want to know the history of it. And when they found out the history, that Batch was the one who created the 3-step to break it.
Tell us a little more about Batch.
Well,
what neighborhood was he from?
Ooh, Mapes, Jerome, St. James, Valentine. You know, Batch was all over, but wherever his mother was where he really was.
Gotcha.
You know, but Batch was a superstar and didn't even know it. You understand?
Yeah.
He was so loved and so respected in our community. He treated everybody fair. You know what I'm saying? You just loved his energy. You just, like, being around him is like, yo, I'm around Batch. Other people be like, and so what? You'd be like, that's Patch. You know what I'm saying? And some people, you know, he went in and out of prison. You know, some of the things that he did, you know, which caused in '79 for him to shut it down because he didn't want nobody to get hurt because of him, because of what he did. So that's the reason why he didn't want nobody walking around with TVB, Rocking Crew stuff on and get beat up. And then something happened to him, he gonna feel bad. So that's why he really stopped it in '79.
All right.
You know, and his brother, like I said, Abby brought it back in '95. It was just fully established in '96. He got DJ Johnny Juice as the global vice president, who is also in the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, from with Chuck D and them. He was one of the producers and everything. A lot of people think it was Terminator X.
Got it.
You know?
So, B-boy. Tell me what the B in B-boy means to you.
Whew, here goes another argument. Boogie Boy.
Got it. Heard that.
Was the first terminology of Boogie Boy.
Really? All right.
We were B-boying, boogieing, rocking and popping before we were breaking.
That's right.
We were then known as boogie boys,
Okay.
b-boys. When the breaking part and everything come along, it was just the b-boy word fitted. And it became theirs. It came off the ones who started doing all this
Right.
and popping and stuff. You know?
Sweet.
But that is my terminology and my beginning, because like I tell most people, I go, when nobody was spinning on their head and their back too tough on Soul Train. I said, because didn't you watch Soul Train? When will you watch your Soul Train? How did you learn that new dance?
Mm-hmm.
You waited for who to come on? You waited for Soul Train to come on. So me and Bash argue about it. I go, brother, I go, look, I love you. I go, but if we want to be honest and be real about the history of how everything started, I go, let's look at Sugar Hill Gang. Let's look at all the crews that was out back in the days, this and that. I go, how were they dressing? Were they dressing hip hop? Or were they dressing like punk rock?
That's right.
I mean, let's don't change the history. Let's just say what the history was. Just what went down.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happened. You know, Melly Mel, Curtis Blow are all peacemakers. They were members of the Peacemakers before they made their records. You understand? Guru, Slick Rick, you know, when he first came to America,
All right.
I was living on 183rd and all that. You know, we used to party every day. Like I tell some people, I go, you don't know what party it is. I go, you call this a party? That ain't no party, man. Y'all had a good time, but that ain't no party. I go, parties, everybody dancing. Everybody. I mean, everybody, there's hardly nobody. Somebody leaning on the wall because they tired, they drunk, they high as a kite. Yeah, trying to get their composure back. But everybody's dancing. Everybody. I said, man, I can remember going to the Audubon, jam-packed. Really? The Hebelo, the first place I've been to was the Hebelo. The first spot. You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And what was it cool? It was I forget this brother. Oh man, please forgive me. Bro.
That's all right. It happens with memory.
Yeah. Coke LaRock. Whoo. He was DJing in the spot, and he was under Cool Herc. But it was Coke LaRock who was really rocking out. And we were good up there. Okay. My man Fitz, he lived on. He was one of the Jamaicans and everything that had Davidson Avenue selling all the weed. You know, we all hang out around him. You know, so he used to get us in there. You know, and it was just dancing. You know, I just at that time, that was our way of changing from being the burned down Bronx and becoming the boogie down Bronx. You know, because when we first started, everything was burned down. We was playing in streets, abandoned buildings. And then next thing you know, we in basements and little small lounges and, you know, nice little club spots. We never thought it would evolve to where it has.
Right.
That you know, we in the Olympics. We can be in the Olympics. You know, I know a lot of people talk about it's going to take away and this and that. But yo, do you know what it is to be recognized for doing something that somebody used to do in the street for nothing? Just pure joy, just because we were together. My boys, yo, check out your block. That's how it started getting down. My block gonna go against your block, and then we became crews.
All right, talking about that, and and you had alluded when you talked about boogieing, before breaking.
Yeah.
How did breaking start? What dancing elements, came to become breaking?
When we all saw that tape of Johnny Thomas of the Olympics.
Got it.
Tommy Flair of the Olympics.
Okay.
And seeing his floor exercise elevated everything to B-boys, to doing 1990s and everything. Because before, all we were doing was just boom, boom, backspin, free. We jump up, grab your shit, That was it.
1990. Explain that move to me.
1990 is spinning on the palm of your hand. Our both feet is up in the air. And it's catch yourself in a rotation. So when your hand, you just twist your body so that this way your feet is your guide. Your hand is just your pinpoint, your foundation of balancing your weight. But it's your feet that's making your rotation to be able to keep spinning on your hand. Right. The best person I ever saw do that in the beginning was a brother named Flame, who lived in Washington Heights, Dominican.
Okay.
His mother always fed us when we were in the hallway. And he had it down to a science. He had it so down to a science that anytime he said he was going to his building to practice, I went. My man CB went. Little Let went. What's his name? Johnny C. Chino from Valentine. We would all travel out there, boom, boom, boom. Everybody, because everybody had their own style. This was the beginning. Everybody had to have. If you had somebody else's style, do it. Man, you bit his move.
Mm-hmm.
So in the beginning, you had to have your own style. And then you had some people started coming out and just started being fast. What the fuck did he just? Excuse my language, but yeah, those were some days. I'm talking Cedar Park, 82 Schoolyard, Soundview, Echo Park. With DJ Trouble, from Chapter 4 Zulu Nation. He had that area over there. That's when I used to rhyme with TNT, Spanish TNT. Him, Prince Whippy Whip, and a couple of them, they all argue about who's the first Puerto Rican rapper. And I go like this, listen, y'all all rapping at the same time. I rap with you, and I rhyme with you too. I go, but you know what the difference between y'all was? Prince Whippy Whip, you was a gangster rapper. You rap gangster. Me and Prince Whippy Whip, nigga, I ain't never gonna slip. I go, TNT, to be honest, was really the first Puerto Rican rapper.
All right. What year was that?
78, 79. We used to tell him to shut up because he was always rapping in English and Spanish.
Wow.
And we go, nigga, nobody want to hear this. What's wrong with you, man? Shut up, man. Man, we didn't know we was fucking up $1 billion industry. He was the beginning of that. He was rhyming in English, rhyming in Spanish. You come here, stop doing that, man. Man, ain't nobody talking no Spanish shit, nigga. What you talking about? You want to be down talking English, rapping English. How wrong we was. How wrong we was. Yeah.
Listen to reggaeton now.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to he was saying this back then. 40 years ago, he was doing this.
Nice.
You know? Cardella, all of them, you know? Because, you know, I got to be around some, like I tell people, like, hip-hop wasn't just African-American.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It might have derived that way as the Kokoro music.
Okay.
That's the Moreno music.
You know what Kokoro means to Puerto Ricans, right?
Yeah.
A salsero. A dancer.
Yeah.
A salsa dancer.
Yeah. Because in my old neighborhood, I'm also known as Kokoro Capicu.
Uh-huh.
Features.
You play dominoes.
Well, come on, man.
Sweet.
I'm from the Bronx. You know, so my man Edwin, his father started calling me that, Kokoro Capicu. You know, I was like 14.
Okay.
My man Edwin, God bless his soul.
There's double meanings for Kokoro.
Yeah,
double meanings. Kokoro means a black dude.
Yeah, black dude.
But it originally is a salsero.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know, so the father, he broke it down to me. He said, I'm going to call you Kokoro Capicu because you always a brother who's going to have 100 points for me to make $100. Kokoro Capicu. And that's when I see his aunts and all of them that see me, he go, my mother on her deathbed talking. My friend walked in the door and she said, oh my God, Kokoro Capicu. And he said, no, that's not Kokoro. She said, yes, that's Kokoro. That's not Kokoro Capicu. That's Kokoro. And they had to find out where I was at to bring me to the hospital. And I went there and she passed away 2 hours after that. Yeah.
You know, this is probably a good time. You know, we're talking about the 70s. We're talking about the black community and the Puerto Rican community. You've obviously absorbed a lot.
Yeah.
You know, talk to us about the relations between the Puerto Rican and black communities in the 70s.
Ooh. Well, you had some that didn't want to be around blacks.
Okay.
And you had some blacks who didn't want to be around Puerto Ricans.
Fair.
And then you had a lot that we didn't look at each other's color. You know, because if it was so, I wouldn't have been around Trace too. I would never known JoJo. I would never known Batch. I would have never got with Abby. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
I would have never knew Little Lep and all of them. But because we wasn't dance, the love of music made us brothers.
You remember any meals that the Latino mom served you that stick with you today?
Man, listen. Ooh, my man CB, his mother. God bless his soul. Junski too. Junski mother too. Rice and controles, pateles, always some type of pork. Some pork, something is in the rice.
Uh-huh.
You know, oh man. So much. I mean, I grew up. Like I tell people, I go to my man Bucky. When I got kicked out of my house, I stayed with my friend Bucky. They were Puerto Ricans.
Uh-huh.
You know, his mother and father. They made sure I ate breakfast, dinner. Me and him stood in the back and smoked weed and tripped on stuff and listened to rock and roll. He the one that introduced me to rock and roll. You know, because I was just really, slow music, the R&B charts and things like that. He introduced me to heavy metal. He took me down to CBGB. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Loft parties and things, and then this is how being with Noel. Because Noel was also HBO Homeboys Only, and he came out with the song Silent Morning.
Got it. That's right.
And
Freestyle.
yeah, we was running around, Dolly Huevo, boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Limelight, go up. I mean, all these clubs. I'm chilling with Cindy Lauper, Madonna. Like people would, I tell people that, I go, get them. I go, yo, I'm dead. I'm serious. I'm like, yo, just before their careers took off, I used to hang with them in loft parties. And all. My man was like, I'm going, yeah, Material, Madonna. I'm like, yo, he was like, stop playing. I was like, yo, we used to get towed up. I'm talking about trying to see galaxies.
All right, since we're on the subject, talk to me about all the clubs that the Breakers went to,
Oh,
that you went to.
oh well, 112, Rossi's, T Connection, AC Garage, The Fever, 371, um, Devil's Nest, Latin Quarters. Ooh, oh
Did
man.
TBB had a club that they
No,
frequented?
we never really had one. We had something on Burnside.
But a club that you guys frequented?
Yeah, no, this was our little club. We had it for 1 year on Burnside University. It's a doctor's office now. Chapter 4, Papito, God bless his soul. Him and his brother, we had that club up there. And that where everybody used to come up there. Kevin Kev, Kev Ski, JoJo and all them, Little Burner, Little E, Clown. Oh man, I could be there naming, Kid Freeze and all of them. Yeah. But we never, that was the only place that we really had at one time.
Okay.
All the rest of the spots was somebody else's. We all got together to go there. They throwing a jam. We all meeting up to go over there to this jam. We get over there. We find out they throwing something over there. We all run, jump on the back of the bus, hanging on the bus, ride to the next spot.
You just mentioned something that a lot of kids did in the 70s and the 80s, riding on the back of the bus. Yeah. Tell us how you did that.
Well, you just had to grab the joint, put the foot up on the wheel, and boot and hang out, or on the back. See, now people just walk on the bus.
Right.
You understand? Back then, if you walked on the bus wouldn't move. He would make you get you. The bus ain't moving until you got off. Had to pay your fare. See now, then that's why we had to hang on to the back. That's why we hang on. My skateboard, I'm holding on to the side of the bus, going to all kinds of parties on my skateboard. Phew. I remember so many of us. Fordham Boys. You know, Crescent Avenue crew, the 12 o'clock crew. Oh man, so many of us. And it was all because of what happened with the peacemakers in 71.
What happened?
And because of them making the peace treaty, it's the reason why nobody could be a gang. That's why people came out with crews. Because it was a treaty, you know. Black Spades didn't need to bring nobody in. Chingalings don't need to get members. We're not fighting each other no more. You know? So the first crew that was given that permission was Zulu Nation, Africa Bambaataa. You know, when he started Zulu Nation, then that opened up the door for all the rest of the crews to come around and to ride. You know, so many of them. I don't want to, you know, say something wrong, but you know, the Natural High crew, 12 o'clock crew, Fordham Boys, the Hughes Boys, 169th Street, Boston Road crew. You know, I'd be sitting here all day naming, you know, with my HBO, Cedar Park, Cypress Avenue Boys. I mean, who? The Ball Busters.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna leave them out because, you know.
Any Ball Buster chapters in the Bronx?
Yeah, they have Ball Buster chapters in the Bronx. That's who we used to fight. We used to fight the Ball Busters. When the Ball Busters came out, you know, it was crazy in the Bronx. You know, it was almost like fighting the Caucasian peoples all over again.
Right.
Fighting for recognition.
And where do the Ball Busters hail from? Where's their main neighborhood? Where did they sprout out?
A lot of they came from Washington Heights. You know, a lot of them came from over Fordham Road. You know, and then they grew. They grew.
Yeah.
You know, they grew. Some of them now, I got my friends to this day now. You know, we laugh, we go, well, we used to shoot at each other. On sight. I go, what? I go, woo. I go, it took me back. You know what I'm saying? I go, how naive and childish we were to be claiming things that we really didn't own. In our mind, we thought we did. This is our park. That's our block. You know, we didn't own it.
Right.
And we wasn't really doing anything constructive with it when we was young. You know, now that a lot of us done got older, you know, we are activists in the community. You know, we do a lot of food, toys drives, and stuff of that nature now. Pantries give out, you know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as you grow, you start to learn. And I started, before I got with the Peacemakers, I was doing this with TVB. We was doing our food drives, our toys drives. You know. We were giving back, you know, because we knew we had to give back, because if we wanted the next generation to be better than us, we have to show them our errors. Listen, these are the mistakes that we made, and we don't want y'all to make those mistakes. We want you to be business owners, landowners. You know, we want you to achieve and be successful in life. You know, because if we knew 40 years ago what we knew now, I went, man, I had a production company. Well, I said, what? I said, I would have had a production company.
Right.
I went, because I was, you could say I was helping produce people. I'm promoting this party. I'm promoting this party. What? That's my man. Da da da. KRS-One, what? He boom, Boogie Down Production. We're promoting them. Gangstar, Guru, and all of them, Slick Rick, when they the Get Fresh Crew stuff, we the ones running around like, what, nigga, Get Fresh Crew, what, y'all don't know about that? You know, I mean, it's like, what? I was like, baby, what? I was like, I helped David Dinkins get into office. I'm running around, help promoting him. I go, you know, I just, you know, I've seen a lot, done a lot, you know.
So with all the music out there and all those jams, which jam stood out to you as your B-boy anthem? Or the top three?
Well, I would go Apache.
Okay.
Just Begun. And my theme song for my parties, Dollar Bill.
Dollar bill, yeah.
Yeah. Takes money to buy that TV set, cash money to the bill. So, you know, certain DJs, if I came in, they would throw that on.
Right.
They would throw that on. Yo, we got Dollar Bill in there. Dollar Bill, y'all. Dollar Bill, y'all. You know, I had Cisco. I had Superman. I had Sticky Fingers. You know, Greg Nice. You know, he was up on University Avenue. You know, Bob Ski, original Zulu, and of course my heart, my dog Trouble from Echo Park. You know, those were some. Well, that's where my theme song started from in Echo Park.
All right.
You know, of course, with TNT and all of them, you know, man, those were some days. And with Chief Rocker Busy B, you know, him introducing me into, excuse me, Disco King Mario.
Okay.
You know, one of Disco King Mario, God bless his soul, one of his original MCs, Mr. T, lives in my building right now. You know, me and him, you know, he goes, da-da-da, they go, man, you like, he go, man, I used to rap, I go, yo, that was Disco King Mario's MC. He was one of the MC in Soundview back in the days.
Okay.
Me having the mic by the dot. And I said, Disco King Mario, named Busy B. You know, because he was always busy running around. But he said, man, you always a busy little B, man. That should be your name, man. Busy B. So from that point on, we started calling him that.
How'd you get your name?
From CB, a young man I used to teach.
Okay.
Everybody was calling me Billy B, Billy B. There you go. Nah, you Dollar Bill. I used to be like, nah, there's a whole bunch of dollar bills. So many dollar bills. I had already knew so many of them.
Okay.
You know, I know DJ Dollar Bill from Harlem. Harlem Dollar Bill that ran all the hotels and everything back in the days. The Dollar Bill on 183rd that passed away. The Dollar Bill on Cedric. The Dollar Bill on St. Nick.
All right.
You know, my homeboy Dollar Bill. You know, me and him know each other from Davidson and everything on 76th Street. You know, I just knew so many of them. You know, but then, you know, it got catching. And then I could say from 79 on until today, that's been my name. I got it on my business cards, everything. You know, my organization, you know, me down as William Dollar Bill Hightower. You know, my family, my mother is known as Mrs. Dollar. You know what I'm saying? All my sons and all would all know as Little Dollar. Yo, Little Dollar, yo, Dollar, Dollar, come here, Dollar, 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 one, Dollar, Dollar, two, Dollar, Dollar, three. You know? So, you know, it's just, that's just been my name. And Magic, you know? Everybody calls me Magic also.
Okay.
You know, I did a little street ball back in the days and everything, West 4th, 55th Street. Um, we went out to Philly, Cali, Chicago, and you could say we implemented New York street ball style, doing the tricks and all that. You know. When I was younger, I happened to went to the Harlem Globetrotters training camp 2 years in a row, summer.
Wow.
You know, and I learned so many tricks of how to make a ball do something that nobody else could do with it. Control. That at one time I did everything by the basketball. If I didn't hit 3 shots in a row, I didn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. It wasn't meant. That's how I felt it wasn't meant. You know, that's how confident I was. I'm talking about shooting half court and everything, one hand. Like they talk about Steph Curry. I may go, man, you was doing that back in the days. I go, yeah, you know, but it wasn't filmed. You know, so, but when we started doing this, you know, as I tell everybody else, you know, we never thought about it becoming a culture. You know, it was our way of life. It was our way of expressing ourselves. You know, it was a way that I can let go of this anger without hurting you. I have another outlet. I can talk dirty to you. You ain't shit now, bada boom, bang, boom. And what you gonna do? Got my whole crew. Well, we coming through.
Tell us about the MCs that were down with the Bronx Boys.
Oh man, you had a whole bunch of MCs that was down with Bronx Boys. Man, Ray Rock, Ronnie C, Dave O, Eddie, you know. Oh man, there were a lot of MCs back in the days. You know that ran the parties. Right. They were the ones that was on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, I go like this. I go, you don't know the real history. You know, like just because that person was in a movie or made a song, don't mean they were the only ones that was doing it. Because they wasn't. They were the ones that the world got to see. See, the world got to see them. There are a lot of people that the world did not get to see. There's a lot of people that the world will never get to know that, you know, this guy was doing this. They was doing this over here first. Right. You know, but we go, we were first. I go, oh, there we go. You know, because a lot of people want to claim they were the beginning. What's his brother's name? He's Cologne. He does a little hip hop history and everything, you know. And like I tried to explain to him, how when you have to understand, if I was on Burnside and you were on Soundview and you was at Gun Hill, who started the party first? The party at 5 or the party at 12? Who started first? Who was first? Well, man, look, it's like, wow. I see it. We was all doing it at the same time, man. I go, a lot of people, I say, you know why I say that? He go, what? I said, because I was bus hopping from this side of the Bronx to that side of the Bronx. I probably went to 8, 9 different jams in one day.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, man was like, what? I go, and then I had my stepbrothers that they live out there in Brooklyn. I used to have to go out there every other weekend. I hated it. But he was also partying out there too.
What neighborhood in Brooklyn?
Where the pink houses is. Euclid Avenue and all that over there. Had TSS. But back in the days, if that was TSS, I know it ain't like that anymore. But, you know, that's how I met. Well, I didn't meet him, but that's when I got to be in the area of DJ Flowers. You know what I'm saying? Because he was the one who was DJing and doing the parties out there. And I was coming out there with my Bronx stuff. Nigga, I'm from Bronx. Nigga, what y'all talking about? Huh? That's what's the name of Washim and them brother. He from Bronx. You know, and I tell people, I go, listen, they was doing it out there too. I went to Brooklyn. I remember we went out there to Brooklyn to a party. My man was talking about he was messing with some girl out there in Coney Island. We went and traveled all the way out there. And I see this dude with this thing say Mastermind Rocker. I'm like, Mastermind? What kind of fucking crew is that? You fucking your Mastermind, nigga. Mastermind Rocker, man. The way we rock, nigga, we master your mind. You understand? So I tell people, I go, there was so many different dance crews that was around that ain't gonna get the credit.
That's right.
You know.
Now DJs, you know, did you have a main DJ with TBB or
no,
run down the DJs?
There was a mixture of DJs and TBB because it all depended on the area you was in. Every area had their own DJ. You understand what I'm saying?
So every chapter of TBB ran with a DJ.
They had a DJ. Had somebody that was playing the music.
And your chapter, who's the DJ?
Sticky Fingers.
Okay. Tell us about him.
Sticky Fingers was a guy on Valentine Avenue who him and his brother used to come and bring their equipment out right there in Pole Park. And we would jam every night, every day, Pole Park. From there, St. James. Then from there, everybody running all over the place. You know, we had Charlie Chase. We had Tony Tone. We had Eddie D. Kuba, who now rocks the club scenes and everything now. You know, DJ Kuba. He was TBB, HBO DJ. Sal. Chino Rock. And Superman. That was the man. Superman was always throwing the little house parties. You know, we all be up in there, clear out the living room, got everything stacked up in the bedroom, one bedroom, everything is in there. You know, oh man, you know, I had a lot of fun.
Awesome.
I would never, like I tell some people, I go, if you wasn't there, it's hard to explain. You had to be there to see the style, you know, because everybody had different styles.
Okay.
You know, you had some of us who made sure I was sewed. We had the permanent creases in the pants.
That's right. I remember.
You had some people that had the buttons all going down the side of their legs of the lead pants and around. You know, oh man, I said, if somebody had anything cut up, automatic punk rock, house music. They house music, that house music, everything. I came with my shirt with the little beads and it. No, what you know what that shirt on? I think I'm on the fun house. Oh man, we're on the fun house. And you don't know about the fun house? Cut it out. The devil's nest, you ain't going to the devil's nest, nigga. What the women is in there, man. You know, those was that was the party scene. You know, and like I told my man, I go, what if it was so much hip hop, why was it called Disco Fever? Why did Sal call it Disco Fever? Why did he call it Hip Hop Fever? Because that's who he's bringing in.
Mm-hmm.
He was like this, hey, I'll take you guys from out of here and I'll make everybody have to pay to see you rap. That's what Sal did. But see, the T Connection, the Ecstasy Garage, those were battlegrounds. That's what you came to battle somebody. Be like, what? You know, better than you. But Sal went, hey, I'll make y'all artists. I'll give you somewhere you can come and perform. Change the game. Then Sylvia was like, hey, I mean, you got these guys over here. Y'all want to come, make a record, put this together. We could do this or do that. Mm-hmm. And a lot of us didn't know it and got robbed.
Can you tell me about the most memorable battle TBB was in that you were with?
Ooh.
And against who, when?
I would say Floor Masters. This was like 78. Katona Park. Ooh, yeah. That was like one of the.
You remember the Floor Masters that battled that day?
Oh, man.
I know that'd probably be hard.
Yeah, man. Everybody named there. I probably get some of the wrong. Ricky, I know Ricky and all them was there. Chino, Spice. Yeah.
Were you at the 1981 Lincoln Center battle?
Yes, I was.
All right. With TBB. Tell us about what happened that day.
That day was...
If you had to tell me your events that day.
Oh, man. Well, a lot of us met up Poe Park. We went and met up with JoJo and them because we was there supporting.
From Rocksteady.
Yeah, we was supporting them.
Okay, all right. You didn't rock with them though, right?
No, we rocked with them, but because we was there to support them.
All right.
We were all like a little family.
God,
you understand?
So you battled that day with Rocksteady.
Yeah, I was there. I didn't battle with them. They did the battle.
But the TBB.
We was there.
God,
you know what I'm saying? But that was their battle. You understand? They had got called out. You know? It wasn't just a call out. It was
who called them out?
Well, to be honest with you, the streets are saying that this one is better than this one, that one better than this one. Now my man better than your man, and until you know what, yo, Buddha, let's do it over here. Because a lot of people go, why do we do it over there? Ain't none of us from over in Rockefeller Center.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody, we ain't from over there. We ain't Columbus Avenue. We ain't from over there. What are we doing there? We said we want the world to know it's gonna be an epic battle, which it was.
Who'd you think won, in your opinion?
My opinion? When Kid Freeze came out and did that continuous head spins, that was it.
Dynamic took it.
That was it.
Got it.
That was because...
That's a fair assessment.
He did something that we all was doing, but none of us stood up more than 60, 70 seconds. Block! dead man drop. You know what I'm saying? When we spun on our heads, it wasn't for a long period of time.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And for him to come there and just kept going and going and going and going and going and going and stopped and grabbed his shit while his legs were still up in the air and then spin and kept going again. Yeah. It didn't matter what nobody did. Was nobody gonna top that? This was the beginning. See what I'm saying?
1981.
This was the beginning. This was when you was able to think of something and it was yours, even though it was from something else. Because we all were head spinning. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We was all head spinning, but nobody head spinning more than 60 seconds. Woo, 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 pow. Woo, 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 pow. Freeze, automatic. Freeze or catch your foot and get your foot working. You understand what I'm saying? But Kid Freeze, that day, we talked about that for months. About months. Everybody was like, nah, but Ross said he owed it. Man, those my boys. I go all out for them. But when Kid Freeze did that, shut down. Wow. To me, when he did that, it was shut down. It was shut down. It's like, well, what are you going to do from that? You go to windmill? Everybody windmilling. But ain't nobody continuously head spinning for 5 minutes, 2 minutes. Ain't nobody doing 2, 3 minutes.
Wow.
Wasn't nobody doing that. He took it to a whole new different level. And all that did was do what? Made people go and start practicing head spinning, continuously head spinning for a long period of time. Do he get the props for it? He get a little recognition. He don't even get the real props he should get for doing what he implemented.
Got it.
Just like Bass, you know. Track 2, you know. He don't get the what he's supposed to get.
Track 2's not mentioned a lot in the 7 interviews I've done so far. Talk to me about Track 2.
Well, Track 2, him and his crew, they were the ones that was coming around to all the neighborhoods showing all the new dances.
What crew was that?
Ooh, they're going to beat me up.
You can mention it later.
They're going to beat me up. Well, he had a nice crew.
Okay.
You know,
did TBB do like they did to go to neighborhoods, battling other crews?
we did all of that too. We went.
Was there one time that you remember going to someone's neighborhood and calling them out?
Yeah, I remember going over there to off the park. We're going over there off the park to call out the guys over there because Mapes was a little bit more down and everything.
Right.
So you know, we all thought we were nice and everything and stuff. You know, we had DJ Lele from the Peacemakers over there, and we were all dancing. Bomb 5, all of us. PJ, Nitty, Lefty. Oh man. Ooh. I'm talking about all these dudes was nice. Nice. You know. Fantasy Fast, God bless his soul. You know, he was with Ready to Rock, with Video and all of them, Low 4, Ray Rock and all of them and stuff. They were on Katona 183rd. He was my first boogie partner, Fantasy Fast. You know, his footwork. Mm-hmm. You know, Loke 4. Loke had that back spin into his footwork. 1, 2, 3, and the way he would come at you, back up, come at you, back up, leg swipe. You know what I'm saying? He would leg swipe like 4 or 5 times, and then boom, twist over, boom, land on his feet. What? You know what I'm saying? You be like, oh, snap, yo, that was nice. Yo, do that again. You know, Kuriaki. You know, Kuriaki had that quick footwork.
What crew was Kuriaki with?
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady, all right. Cool.
You know, he had that. He was just like a rabbit on the floor. The fuck? You know, oh man, you know, Buck 4-2, you know, God bless his soul. You know, he had amazing footwork and all that too. You know, you had Eddie D from 188 from Webster. You know, he got shot up. You know, he had neat footwork. You know, he was nice with it all day. And when I say all day, ain't even got to be no music. He dropped into the floor. In his mind. You know, like I tell people, I go, I go, listen, we made anything music, man. Growing up, we banged on tables, we banged on walls, we banged on stairs, whatever we can generate music, we did it. And we have 2 dudes rhyming in the hallway, and you have 3 dudes breaking on the floor. You know, it was a common thing. It was common. You know, and then all of a sudden now, everybody and their grandma was a b-boy. 81, 82, 83 hit, everybody was a b-boy. You had old ladies and everything dancing downtown. That's why it got, and you know, later on, that's why it started to fade. You know, because everybody was claiming they were one. Mm-hmm. Anybody could be one. All you have to do is a couple moves and freeze on somebody and stay on beat.
Right. Did you or TBB ever make any videos with anyone, or breaking any movies?
No. Some of them, you know, got into movies and all that. When they did Beach Street, I was in the military.
All right, tell us about that. When did you join the military, and what was your military occupational specialty?
Well, I went in 1984. My MOS was 13 Bravo, which is field artillery.
Army, Navy, Air Force?
Army.
There you go.
I did.
Air Force doesn't have artillery?
Yeah, no, I did. I did 6 years.
Got it.
You know, I did 4 years regular, 2 years reserve.
Where were you stationed?
Oh man, I did my basic Fort Sill, Oklahoma. I went to Fort Bragg. Then I went to Frankfurt, Germany. Then I left from there, went to Australia. I was in Australia for 16 months. Left there, went to Hawaii. Hawaii, came back, went to California. Came home on furlough. My woman at the time was pregnant. She had our daughter. I was trying to get her to come and travel with me. She didn't want to leave her family. So I wound up not re-ing up. That's why I did my 2 years reserve. And 3 years later, I wound up doing 6 years in prison.
Oh.
You know, things got hard. It's hard to put on a resume. I can shoot somebody from 1,000 yards, and I can blow this up. I can set this and this and that up. We ain't looking for a killer. We need an employee.
Hard to get work after you came out?
Yeah, it was hard to get work. I went through a lot those 3 years after, I finished with the reserve. I went through a lot. My daughter Miles got hooked on crack. My grandmother said I had to make a decision. You're gonna be a father. You're gonna be a person in the street. She said, "Because I ain't raised you to be in the street. I raised you to learn how to be a father when your time came." So I did the best that I could at that time, and I really didn't do my best. I was around too many people that was getting money. I knew too many of them. I just got into something. I started robbing. Like Slickwick said, it became a disease. I wasn't sticking up people. I wasn't taking old ladies' purses. I was robbing establishments. Their monies was insured. So, we did one last armed robbery. We the ones who did the Madison Square Garden. We got all the restaurants down at the bottom. About 12 of them, and I got caught, a couple of years, some change that I was on the run. And they had turned state's evidence on me. I wound up I got sentenced 12 and a half to 25. But going to the law library, I was able to get a time reduction and got it broken down to a 6 to 12. I came out and I just knew I didn't want to do what I used to do. I knew that I was raised to be better than that. I was shown how to be better than that, and I got into construction. I became a dock builder, got with local 1456, also got with local 32 JMB.
Awesome.
I was cleaning buildings at night, doing construction at day. And I did that with local 1456. Got out for 17 years. I retired 32 JMB for 9. And my life now is being an activist to the community. I help with my mentorship program I have with the Peacemakers. I do toys drive, food drives, and me and Lord K. Bourne, I Am My Community. We have a gang unit. We go out, we talk to the youth. We find out some of the things that's going on, and we stop it before it elevates. We try to stop before the next one goes to retaliate, because now you going to retaliate. You didn't get him. You got everybody else in that neighborhood, somebody else's baby daughter, little boy, somebody's moms, that had nothing to do with your location. That they was not even a problem to you. But now they're no longer here. That's how you're going to say sorry. How can you? How can you go to somebody and go, "Young man, I'm sorry I made a mistake and shot your mother. I'm sorry I shot your grandmother. I'm sorry I shot your auntie." That's hard to swallow, because now that we talk to some of these kids that have shot people and doing time, and they all, if they could change it, So this is what we try to do. We try to help them to think more and not to be, you know, rational instead of just saying effort. You know, we gotta look at consequences because that's what we don't do with our children. We don't. A lot of children don't have consequences. It's the reason why they're running around doing the things that they're doing. Nobody's gonna check me. Who's gonna check me? Who's gonna tell me I'm not supposed to do this? F you. Forget you. What you gonna do? You ain't my father. You know, and all that is just a kid that's hurt, lost, and you have no guidance. And why should I listen to you? What have you done spectacular? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when I tell them, I go, I've done nothing spectacular. But what I have done is I survived. I've made it through things, young man, that you probably wouldn't even make it through. I've been around things and done things that you probably wouldn't even made it through. I've been through gang fights. I've fought in schoolyards. I've fought in parks with chains, bats with nails. And when I've been through all that, young man, you know, and I'm still here. I win. I don't want you to go through hardship. Why should you have to go through hardship? If I could help you not get your knees dirty and become a better man, why not?
That's awesome.
You know? So, you know, as a peacemakers, that's what we do now. And still with TBB, you know, I still do things with TBB. I still do things with Fahrenheit. That's my family, as you see. Fahrenheit.
Gotcha. Cool.
And over here, TBB. And this is JoJo.
Let me see. TBB.
And the other one is with JoJo.
Gotcha.
OCF, Original Skills Crew.
Got it.
Because Crazy Legs didn't want to give JoJo his props when he came home. So he started OCS, Original Skills Crew. So that's why I have their patches on my vest.
Could you turn around? Can we check out the vest from behind? Look at that. Nice.
And that's, of course, you see the title. And I have been the president for the Peacemakers for the last 2 years now. Robert Williams wanted to step down. He had everybody sit down and voted. They voted me in, which I didn't believe, but everybody believed in me to continue the journey and to keep the history as real as possible. You know, no alternate, don't try to boast it any different, keep everything the same, you know, from all my Peacemaker brothers, from Bright Light, Kool-Aid, Bad News, Badass, you know, these are all my elders, Muhammad, you know, Curtis Blow, Melly Mel, you know, these are all my elders that I all speak to, you know, that help gives me advice, you know, to help me stand firm because I can't do it by myself.
Gotcha.
You know, so today our mission is just trying to keep the culture history as true as possible. You know, teaching the youth, because if we don't show them the right way, how they gonna know? Because as my grandfather would say, you saw me every day, right? What I do every day, I got up and went to work. If you ain't got somebody to see to get up and go to work, how you gonna know to get up and go to work? He goes, this is why some kids are the way they are. There's no guidance. So today we try to guide, you know, and we try to give options to help others through dance, through music, which is what we do out of the Boys and Girls Club on 174th Street. We have a recording studio. We have the dance class. I have dancers that come from all over the world. They want to meet Bats, they want to meet me, they want to meet other dancers, you know, and I'm like a bridge. I help them introduce them to some of the old dancers, you know. I call London from out there, you know, from New York City Breakers. I call London and be like, yo, I'm bringing some dudes out here. They from Israel, they from Japan, they from Africa, they from Yugoslavia, they from Spain, they from Italy. You know, I'm bringing them over here. They want to find out about the culture. They want to meet some original b-boys and everything like that. And, you know, and that's what we do. You know,
That's awesome.
I got Remy. You know, he's out in Italy. You know, he's TBB. He's the president for the chapter out there in Italy. You know, we have chapters all over the world now. You know, with TBB, with Fahrenheit, you know, now with the Peacemakers. I'm getting ready to have some chapters out there, you know, internationally as working for the community. They're going to be doing the community work. You know, we got the dancing, we got the rapping, and then now with the community bringing everything together because it's the community that makes all this. So, you know, so we got some of their brothers who aren't dancers and everything. So they're going to be the peacemakers out there. Mm-hmm. And well, they're going to implement, you know, like one of our programs that we do is like a skit program where we have the kids tell their story in the skit. You know, their day, what one day of your life, we're going to put it in a skit. And you're going to have somebody play your brothers, your sister, your mama, da-da-da. And this going we teach you how to be a director and a screenwriter right now. Understand this part. You know, so they look like, I go, listen, that's a job. Because who knows? You might be good at telling stories.
That is amazing work the Peacemakers are doing. Yeah. There was one question that I overlooked in regard to breaking, and I know you had spoken to me before about the club Copacabana.
Yes.
Right? Tell me about why Copacabana was so unique.
Because Copacabana wasn't a hip hop scene. Copacabana was three-piece suit, nice, dapper, coming in there, you know, people with money. Studio 54 was like, what? Hood, what? We coming up there, ripped shirts, everything, you know. Copacabana was like, nah, you ain't coming here like that. We got a clientele here, you know. Me, Abby, Chino, Rady, we started going up in there, you know, dancing.
What'd you wear?
Huh? We wore suits.
You were breaking in suits?
Yes.
Talk to me.
Yes, we went up in there. We were breaking, boogieing, everything in suits. This is how we got in. From doing that, me and Frisco got plugged into Macy's because we used to paint ourselves gold and silver. We started being in Macy's windows. You know, as human mannequins. You know, we used to have a cup, and we would stand on a crate. Yeah, we'd wait for you to come put some money in the cup. You throw a little change in there, we go. Can't put $1 in there. We yeah. If you put 2 in there, we stepped off the crate. And then we started doing some moon. We might back moonwalk for you or something like that. Da, da, da. Then we come, boom, 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 make it back to the crate. You know,
Awesome.
those were some good times, and those were some hard times. You know, because we were young, we were still trying to find out our way, who we really were. You know, we really didn't know who we really were. You know, we was just partying. I tell them, I said, I party so much, I got high so much. Listen, it was, drugs was everywhere. I go, New Year's, we down on 42nd Street, we partying, we popping bottles, we can't do that now. And now you got to stand in line and be ushered over here and stand over here. And they can't go no farther than this. Well, you can't go no farther than this. This it. Back in our time, we was going down to 39th Street, coming back up to 45th Street, go down to 10th Avenue, come back to 5th Avenue, go back to 7th and 6th, and what? Happy New Year's! You can't do that now.
Right, right. Did you ever go to Washington Square Park?
Sure. I played ball in West 4th, we danced in West 4th. I met.
What crews would you meet at Washington Square Park? Who'd be there?
Oh, man. Oh, there'd be all kinds of crews from all over. This is why I try to tell people. I go, see now, Washington Square Park, Thompson Park, you had a variety mix of everybody. You had the white boys.
Did you say Tompkins Square Park?
Yeah.
Over in Lower East Side?
Yeah.
Alphabet City?
There you go. That too. You know, that was a dance area too. You know, you had you had a variety of so many different people who wanted to be b-boys, because at that time you couldn't say you was professional. I'm nice. I'm known, but wasn't nobody really considered professional.
Right, right.
You know.
What do you think about, Paris 2024 Olympics and breaking?
Now
what's your opinion on that?
Now that I'm so happy for, because the world already knows where it came from. If you look at it now, the world has took over b-boy. The United States and America, we don't really got control over the b-boy scene, how it started. Overseas, they own it. They own b-boy. Especially China, Japan, Italy, Paris, Germany. They got b-boying down to like they started it. You understand what I'm saying? I'm talking about, because the things that they're doing out there is like, I get some people send me things, videos, like, yo, OG, yo, we doing this out here, man. But I got a couple places, London, Tokyo, that they like, if me, Batch, and a couple people come out there, we would get this key to the city, because we're known as pioneers of this game, and we always trying to help people to understand the culture. We anybody who wants to know it. We out in Africa, We got TBB, Family Heights. So many young brothers now that's incorporating it, and they want the history. They don't want peace, they want the history. And I try to tell a lot of them now, if you can make it here to America, I can help introduce you to some of those old original B-boys. You can come and sit in the park and talk with Little Left. You can come and here go B-Boy Lee. He'll come and hang out with us, He can give you a history before he got into a movie, And there you go. If it wasn't for the movie, you wouldn't know me. If somebody else would have got that part, you would have been knowing them. So my friend, he goes like this. He goes, yeah. A lot of us, didn't make a movie. A lot of us didn't make records, but that didn't mean we wasn't there to help create what everybody consider now hip hop.
How has b-boying changed your life?
Well, it gave me a lot of friends and some enemies.
Okay.
But it gave me more friends than anything. I could say over 300-400 people right now today that I used to dance with. We grew up with. We get to see each other at certain little parties and things like that. King Up Rock and all that stuff, I could be here naming a whole bunch of other dancers and all that stuff, but we are the beginning, and like I said, if we knew what we know now, HBO would have went to another level. We turned down what's her name? Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez came to get down with HBO, Homegirls Only.
All right.
But she was too young, so we didn't put her on. So she had an interview, but she was talking about when she was young, and she was like, "I tried to get down with HBO, da 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 da." So I was able to get on the thing. So I said, "Hey, this is me, Dollar Bill," And I remember Wendy and them probably didn't want to put you on because you was young. I go, but guess what? Today, you are an honorary member of HGO.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, we had a lot of dancers, man. There was so many dancers, that like John Rich, Little Boy Keith. Oh man, I got some brothers that got their faces and everything, that helped instill. Like today, John Rich is still performing. He still dances in the trains. He still dances downtown here and there, And when he do, I say, yo, let me know. I come through and, and he'd be like, yo, y'all know who that is? And they be saying, oh, no. He go, that's one of the originals, da. And he be like, word. Yo, you said, I go, yeah. I go, the routine y'all doing, we did this routine 47 years ago. that did doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, hey, 1, 2, 3, here we go now. I went, say where he go. All we do is tell him follow the step. I'll change it. You ain't gotta fix it. So I'm honored and blessed to have been there. Because a lot of people don't understand, some people was there and they not here now.
That's right.
That was the era of finding ourselves. And it was through music and dance. It's how we changed the burned down Bronx to the boogie down Bronx.
Awesome.
You know, and I'm proud to say that I was one of those kids that ran up and down. I was one of those kids, put mad holes in my sneakers and my jeans, dancing on the floor, practicing, not knowing for what, just doing it so that I could be in a party and dance to. I won't be considered whack. Man, get out of here, you whack, man. Get out of here, man. What's wrong with you? You can't be whack coming getting on the dance floor. Be wild. You know, now it doesn't matter if you can dance or not. You get on the floor, whatever you do is
awesome.
But before, if you couldn't get down, don't do it. Don't do it. You will get disrespected.
I hear you.
You know? I would like to give a shout out to FaZe, you know, to Flame, to my brother Abby, definitely to my big brother Batch. You know, rest in peace, Trace too. You know, Tracy 168, my brother Destiny. You know, brother, thank you. You helped me to understand doing bubble letters. Little Lee, you know, Rockatron. Wave, I'm gonna give Wave his little props. I'm gonna give Wave his props. Me and him both lived on Andrews. He lived at the bottom of the hill, and I lived on top of the hill. You know, I was on the 183rd part. He was on Fordham Road part. You know, Chino, the Action. You know, Powerplex, and my heart, JoJo, original Rocksteady, my childhood brother, my childhood friend. You know, we helped each other, you know, to be the dancers that we became. Grandmaster Cass, you know, also helped in many ways by him getting equipment, being a DJ, playing music. Charlie Chase, Tony Tone, you know, Sticky Fingers, you know, these guys helped us all, you know, to see that there was another way to let off your energy. I just think Batch so much because if he would have never did TVB, I probably would have never been doing the things and met the people that I met and know who I know today. You know, it's because of the Bronx Boys.
Awesome.
You know, that, you know, my peacemaker history is, you know, that's, but dancing wise and traveling to different boroughs is mainly because of, you know, my knowledge with TVB, being amongst the members. You know, I was never really officially made a TVB member, but I was always with them.
But you're an elder of the Bronx Boys now.
Now I'm an elder because, you know, I got proof. You know, I was also one of the board members known as the elders for TVB. Because in 1996, I helped Abby start it back. You know, to bring it back, and that history is so pure and so original. You know, like I try to tell people, I go, they go, oh man, you're da. I go, oh bro, I go, listen, TVB was one of the biggest breaking crews. It was a Puerto Rican crew.
Cool.
And I was a part of it. K. Bourne, Danny Rivers used to write for the Vibes. And here you go. There was this black dude that had over 200 Puerto Ricans that do anything and saying we didn't understand why they listened to him. And I didn't look at it like that. We were brothers.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dollar Bill, elder of TBB, a baby peacemaker, homeboys only, current president of the Peacemakers. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Peace.
Peace.